he was collecting his phone, and he made a bad step. So he kind of bounced the other little guy, and he punched him down. He fell, hit his head, got knocked out, and then he was stepping in his face. Yeah, it's very sad to see that you can send your kids to school and to get a phone call like that. What hurt most of all is that the securities at the gate, they didn't report it to the teachers or the principal. It's Jahiem friends that had to walk with him, pick him up and walk with him through Junction Town and all that to bring him to Dr. T's. And trust me, that's really sad.
Welcome back to MyView TV, the people's platform, the home of undiluted news, reviews, updates, and your daily dose of entertainment. Don't forget to hit the notification bell, leave us a comment, like, share, and subscribe.
I don't bring nobody forward in here to cheer for me. Everything what you see up my natural talent. Let me tell you something. You see, when you know what to please the audience with, it's simple.
I think somebody need to hear this right now. No matter how softly you whisper a prayer, God hears and understands. He knows the hopes and fear you keep in your heart, and when you place your trust in Him, miracles happen. Wagwan, my people. Hope everybody doing okay. Hope everybody doing all right. Give thanks to life and the gathering. Mr. People want to look at something still go on the news, Keep back and relax, because I have some update for you. And we have a piece of story where I think you don't need to listen. Because everybody I wonder, the woman gets so much shot in the car. And the boy don't get no shot. Come like a setting set her up. But keep back and relax, people. Me have that phone here, but make I start the news right as the first. Me say crime and violence now go done about here, Imagine they go so boom, and you send your son go to school. Only if you hear say, you have to go up at the hospital, go look for your pitney. People get so one power one. I'm going to tell you now. A grade 8 student of the BB Cook High School has been hospitalized after he was beaten for allegedly stepping on a grade 11 student Clark's shoes at the Junction-based institution on Thursday. Report reaching our news team that shortly after dismissal of classes, the two boys were among students collecting their phone when the older boy accused the younger boy of stepping on his Clarks. Yes, people. The grade 11 student allegedly assaulted the grade 8 boy by punching and beating him in his face. Him get couple slap up on him and to people and for laugh about, The grade 8 student was taken to hospital for treatment. Who wants to see the video can come look on the video, can look at this video can show no. But imagine a family pitney that. Where this a grade 11 boy would not tell me. Both him and mama and him papa, God go with them, God go with them. Me I tell you anyway, people. Make I go no more news. Me just go some boom. I drive past Rockford Mineral Bath, head out to Harborview Stadium. I'm here. So shut a beat people on the bike, make no sound. You understand? I saw me go right out and cement come right out. Then I go look. Guess what? It's one little vendor we sell right near the gate where those always depending same thing them. I may shot, I him they shot people. You understand? They rushing can go to hospital still. But about yourself. If in dead down there, me I come back come tell you. But make I go to some more news first. One man is in custody following the raid that led to the seizure of firearm and ammunition in Jane Asher's Corner, Duckensfield District in St. Thomas this morning. Deputy Superintendent of Police Ron Pandem decided O'Neill Thompson, operation officer in charge of Parish, said the raid was carried out minutes to 6 a.m. Report reaching our news team that a 45 semi-automatic pistol was recovered. The firearm was fitted with one magazine containing a 6.45 cartridge. A further search of the dwelling saw the recovery of 12-gauge cartridges. The man's identity is being withheld pending investigation. I slap him where. I come and talk about the holy man carry mean. Carry mean for what? Anyway, update. A 57-year-old security guard was shot and injured in an attack on Atlas security team in New Forest, Manchester Thursday evening. Information reaching our news team that about 6:14 p.m., the man and another security guard were collecting money from the business place in New Forest when they were attacked by a gunman in a black motor car as they left a supermarket. A 57-year-old security guard sustained gunshot wound to the head. A senior police source said the guard was grazed by the bullet. Luckily, he's not dead. The police said no cash was stolen by the gunman as they made their escape. The injured man was taken to the hospital by his colleagues. He is being admitted for treatment. People about to worry themselves. If him dead, me gonna make you know. You understand? But speaking of dead, the youth of the Greenwich farmer get shot. I can't tell you where him name now. A man was shot and killed by unknown assailant on 8th Street in Greenwich Farm, St. Andrew, Thursday morning. He has been identified as 34-year-old Adrian Thompson of Greenwich Farm. The people them say my view, yes. Him a gunman, we just never want to tell him name because the people them don't know say how we telling them. Report reached the news team that about 7:15 a.m. resident heard loud explosion in the air and alerted the police. On the arrival of lawmen, guess what? Them see Thompson, lay down on the ground, dead. Him know exactly where him involved in. Why then come kill him. But anyway, more news. People stop when I do and make sure I look on the screen. Right on a little put me there now. I'm going to tell you exactly what going around there. The St. John police has made a major drug bust during a target operation in Lilliput area. Let's go on now. Report reached our news team at about 4:20 p.m. on Thursday. This is what them say still about me. I don't know say them not really that smart. Intelligence led a team from the operation, the criminal investigation branch, and members of the Area 1 narcotics police to a 2-story split-level concrete structure in the Liverpool community. Upon their arrival, 2 suspects were seen fleeing the premises, making their escape over a back fence. The police said inside the building, investigators found a key to lock a storeroom. When opened, compressed vegetable matter resembling ganja was found. The investigator processed the scene and reported the operation was conducted without any incident. Police are that, you know. Hey, police, them are that people, but if you look on the screen, only see what them says. A taxi man never dead off and alone balling. Watch out, go on now, my people. Taxi operators are calling for urgent action from the relevant authorities to curb attack against them. Based on their own assessment, Taxi Group are reporting that 77 operators have been killed since the start of the year. In addition to being killed, taxi operators are being targeted by extortionists. But I tell you something. Me no feel sorry for some of them with it. You understand? Because they mix up in a bangarang. Enough of them a drive up and down, round and about with the gunman them, and when the gunman them send them out, them a go pan the work, go deal with it. Yes, people, so when they see them dead, you know, nobody feel like some of them innocent. So when they see new man, him come out and attack, a matter of fact, make it hear him have to say.
It is not looking good. We are saddened. We don't know what to do. And that is why we are calling upon government to do everything in their power, not just to provide updates on the killing of these operators, but to facilitate us in a consultation as to what can be done. We believe that our environs in which we operate is swarmed with extortionists. We believe that there needs to be the establishment of a special police unit to defend and protect the public transport sector, similarly as the unit established to deal with pre last name. We believe our minister, who's doing a good job so far, needs to put on his agenda this issue of safety and security. What else can we do? And that is why this coming Tuesday, October 3, will be dubbed a day of mourning for the public transport sector and for those men and women who were killed in the line of duty. And we are inviting all public transport operators to wear black, to keep their headlights on between 10 a.m. and 12 noon. And more so, to join us in Manor Park, Constant Spring, St. Andrew, on a motorcade to downtown Kingston, as we send a message of solidarity for brothers and sisters who have been killed, whose blood has been splashed on our streets since the start of the year.
That is that way that is concerned. Anyway, now people watch go on. Sunday morning, I come and tell them, said the woman I left from Brooklyn, New York, come a funeral. Dead, don't it? You remember? Well, you probably don't remember. So I must remind you. 57-year-old Shirent we live in Brooklyn, New York. She come down for her funeral. You understand? Funeral, keep and done. And she reach out to burial. She left burial right out of Meadows right there so. And gunman shoot up a car. You understand? And guess what? She dead. And I look never in the car. Nothing that I'm doing. But the people must have you watch your gun power and gun. I him set it up.
The killing that happened Saturday was an obvious setup. If you attended the funeral, you could see that. Neil insisted and forced Shirent to come in his vehicle, because he was strapping the lady say Lord Jesus, and he chuckled saying you are a US citizen plus licensed firearm holder. She then with him because it's her brother Pickney, so she still wanted protection, so she went with him. By Neil drive off not even 1 kilometer him stop, and the car shoot up with 27 shot and him didn't get none. Now bear this in mind, he insists that she drive with him, but he also insisted to leave before funeral done to beat the crowd, so they left before Rooster them funeral crowd. I was in that crowd. Is a man I hear saying him get call saying shooting, and that's when Rooster funeral crowd including I drove out. That lady was in a blue Audi which is her best friend's car, and that wicked young man forced her to his car and kill her. He thought he could use Rooster's son funeral as a scapegoat, and it's really sad how family wicked. I witnessed him faking the injury at hospital, but what stood out the most to me is that the young man had no remorse. Listen, I remember Shirent telling people of how Neil offered to sell Rooster guns, and he told him he's done with that and wants riches, and Neil replied he wouldn't have gotten shot up if he was still thugging and had a gun. Rooster told Shirent because she had previously warned them not to get tied up with him. She said they laughed about it, but she was upset a while that Neil did that. I don't know how he acquires guns for sale. Now let me tell you, Sir Shirent loved Neil, but didn't trust him simply because of him being mixed up in a life of crime. You know what I look at is that why would those killers not shoot at Rooster's posse if it was gang related, and also the gunman was perfectly placed where Neil stopped. It's just so sad and traumatizing because that good lady loved her family and helped and give them anything they wanted. Her hand were free to them. Allow them to be involved and they borrow and receive any money from that lady I know because she was my friend also who give me anything. She nice. Now something to consider also, gunman shoot up the Jeep and gone. Why didn't he drive to hospital? Because he didn't receive any shot. Instead he parked and said she was dead. It was her best friend who was 2 cars behind who screamed for help and a car stopped to help her, and guess what? Neil did not help to lift Shirent to the other vehicle he used, said she was already dead. Now you tell me, sir, how that looks. I used to work for her selling goods when stuff comes, so I don't have a number for any of her kids, but I hope they know their cousin set up their mom a sweet lady.